on. This is the Daily Dozen, presented by Champions Round.
What is going on? Welcome to the Daily Dozen. My name is Jason Gold, joined as always by Stephie Smalls and Trell Jones. Welcome to the first ever edition of Daily Dozen Paid. If you go onto the Champions Round app right now, you will see that you are finally able to play for cash, $12 entry fee. If you go 12 for 12, you will win 100 times your money. That's $1,200 in your pocket. So do you have the ability to break the bank? It's on you. Smalls, Trell, you guys think you can go 12 for 12 today?
I definitely could. I think definitely could.
If it was football, we'll see how it goes.
All right, so here's the general deal. So go on, you submit your $12 entry. There's a free promo code right now for first time. Just use the code DailyDozen. When signing up, you'll get a full $12 to use towards your first entry. As long as you get 7 of the 12 picks right, you're not losing money. It doesn't take a perfect score to get rich with Champions Round. If you get 8, you're going to get 2 times your score, upwards to 12. So if you get 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 questions right every day, you're making cash. You're turning a profit. Come play with Champions Round. That's the best sell job I got. I'm excited to get into these props for July 11th, Monday. We got MLB props. Why don't we get these in this shit rolling? All right, here we go. First prop of the day, White Sox, Guardians. Trell, I'm going to start with you because this is your squad. Over, under on total runs, 9.5. What do you got?
Yeah, we've got Cal Quantrill. He's a righty. He's not amazing, but he's okay. He's manageable. And the one thing that White Sox struggle with is hitting off right-handers. We saw last game, Lance Lynn is starting to become his old self again. He's starting to actually pitch well again. He's starting to really find the zone, shutting things down. We've seen him pretty much hold it down last game. I like the under 9.5 in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if you're catching 9s in certain places just because White Sox aren't hitting righties and Guardians are terrible. I don't think they're going to hit Lance Lynn very well. Guardians just haven't been good. They just got swept by the Tigers. Come on now. I don't think the Guardians putting up a lot of runs. The White Sox putting up a ton of runs. Give me the under 9.5.
All right, Smalls, what are you thinking on this one?
I am with him on this one. I've created a narrative that this game is going to be 5-3 with the White Sox winning, so I am also on this under.
I like the under as well. We're across the board here on prop number 1. This line has moved at some places down to under 9 plus 100. Percentage of bets is 35% of the bets is on the under. 66% of the money is on the under as well. That's a 31% difference. That means I have to lock this one in. May be one of my best bets of the day. Let's get to Chicago White Sox. Total runs 4.5. Are we going to go unders across the board? Start with Steph here.
I'm going to take the over for the White Sox and the under for the Guardians, just following, like I said, that narrative. That's going to be somewhere around a 5-3 game. And the White Sox have been doing pretty good, averaging about 6 runs a game in the last 3.
Terrell, what do you think about your White Sox total tonight?
I'm going to go under just because I think it can land exactly on 4. I think that's I'm giving myself a very small window, but I think it can land exactly on 4. I think it could be a 4-2 game, 4-3 game, things like that.
In terms of the betting percentages, it looks like there's a little bit of money coming in, sharp money coming in on the Guardians tonight. 42% of bets, 57% of the money is on the Guardians to win outright. Money line is minus 103 at BetMGM. So I got to take, if we're going to take unders across the board and little sharp money coming in on the Guardians, I have to take the under on total runs, 4.5 here. But
what does sharp money say for the spread, the minus 1.5?
Oh, interesting. Okay. 56% of bets, 91% of the money on the minus 1.5 here for the White Sox at plus 145.
It's always like that because I think people aren't going to bet the White Sox money line. They're going to want that run line, especially against the Guardians.
All right, so I'm still on the under there. Total runs 4.5, Cleveland Guardians. Are we unders across the board on this one, or does anyone have a overtake here?
I'm on the under, big time.
Yeah, me as well.
All right, so unders across the board for the Cleveland Guardians. Total runs 4.5. Lance Lynn, total strikeouts 5.5. We'll start with Trell here. What are you thinking?
I think the one thing about the Guardians is that I don't think that they're a huge strikeout team. They do make contact with the ball. I mean, whether it's hard contact or not, they're making contact with the ball. They're hitting the ball maybe pop flies, ground balls, whatever the case may be, but they're not striking out a ton. I don't see a lot of pitchers getting over the strikeout prop with them. I don't see Lance Lynn doing it out of all people. Give me the under 5.5 total strikeouts.
Smalls?
Yeah, I am on the under as well. I saw this number at 4.5, and I like that better, but the 5.5, you're just not going to sell me on it.
All right, so if the number's now 4.5 in the market, probably a good opportunity to take the under here. At this point, he's had 5 starts thus far this season, and he's only eclipsed 5.5 strikeouts once, and that was against Baltimore at the end of June. So I kind of like the under here as well. Let's get to the next game on the board. Phillies versus Cardinals, total runs 7.5. We'll start with Smalls on this one. What are you thinking?
I'm going to play it a little bit more safe with this game. I don't love it. I'm going to take the under, though. Last 3 games have gone under this, and I'm just going to stick with the trend here and not get cute.
Trell, what are you thinking?
I'm taking the over in this one. Like you said, all the games have gone under to this point. You're going to put 2 aces on the mound. You're going to put Mikolas on the mound. You're going to put Nola on the mound. You strikeout king up there. And this total is still at 7.5. I know everyone's going to start hammering the under, maybe some sharp money, maybe a lot of public money. But give me the over 7.5. Watch it smack. Watch the game end like 6-4.
Trell, you just pulled out a full Smalls right there. The Bratty.
Yeah, that was such a. That's exactly like the mindset I get before. I'm like, you know what? I won't get cute and I won't be a brat this time, and I'll just roll with it. But Trell took it from me, so I like it, and it kind of convinced me to do the opposite.
That is full
marquee game night.
Full Smalls energy right there. I absolutely love it. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to continue it too. The money says we're supposed to take the under here. I kind of like Trell's angle. Let's take a Bratty over here. Maybe we'll flip Smalls to our side to do a Bratty over on Phillies Cardinals 7.5. Just for context here, 61% of the bets, 74% of the money is on the under here. Although the line has crept up in some places to 8, so maybe there is a little bit of value on taking the 7.5 here. Will be interesting to see. Let's get to some props in this game. Aaron Nola total earned runs 2.5. I'll start with Trell here. If we're on the over across the board, do we think that Nola's going to go over this 2.5 here?
But here's the thing: Cardinals' offense has been horrible. They've been shut out a few games, not able to score. Yesterday, they kind of found their groove. They scored a few runs, things like that. I think Nola is due for a little bit more aggression. I think the Cardinals are due for an offensive explosion here soon. They have bats. They have Goldie. Both Nolans. Tommy Edman has to pick it up eventually. I'm going to take the over 2.5 earned runs here. I think Aaron Nola is going to give a few up to the Cardinals. Hopefully, it's a 3-run blast by Paul Goldschmidt in the first inning.
That would be nice. Smalls, what do you think about Nola over 2.5 earned runs?
I have the over as well. This is also me not getting cute because, I went back as far as like 17 games and I lost interest in it, but he's gone over this in a majority of his freaking starts. So I'm taking the over, following the trend. He flies over this. It's not like even close, kind of. So I kind of talked myself into taking the under because of that, but I'm going to stick with the over here.
I'm torn on this one because I think there's a world in which he has a short outing, five innings, something like that, and still goes under, and they just don't want to extend him right before the All-Star break. Or I think he could go longer, pitch a good game, let's say like 7+, and still go up 3 runs and still a quality start. So I'm really in the middle here. His history against the Cardinals been pretty good. 8 starts against them. He's only given up 13 total earned runs. I'm really torn. I might pass on this one and answer it later on Twitter. For right now, I'm leaning towards the under. I think he goes 6 innings, 2 runs allowed. But
that's fair.
I really want to go on the over. I'm like trying to convince myself how I can bet this over. All right. Miles Mikolas, total outs recorded 17.5. So he's got to go 6 innings for the over to hit on this one. Start with Smalls. What are you thinking?
I don't really have a strong opinion on this one. I will let you guys answer this for me. Yeah, I really don't have much to say about this one.
All right, Trell, what do you think?
Typically, he goes 6 innings. Even if he gets roughed up a little, he'll go 6 innings. Even if he gives up 2-3 runs, maybe sometimes 4. Even if he gives up 3 runs, they'll still let him take 6 innings. I think that's going to be like the standard for Miles Mikolas here. Give me the over 17.5 outs recorded. I think we get it by the hook.
He's been pitching great. So I think that I want to go the over here. His history against the Cardinals or against the Who the hell are they playing now?
Phillies.
Yeah, against the Phillies is a little checkered here. He's gone 5 innings, and 7 innings in his last 3 starts against them. I'm still going to take the over here. I think Trell's right on. I think it's going to be 6 innings on the dot for Miles Mikolas. Let's get to our last game of the day. Mets versus Braves. Total runs 7.5. An absolute destruction of pitchers on the mound tonight. We have Max Fried versus Max Scherzer. I don't know if we're going to see a whole lot of runs in this game, but maybe there's another Braddy over here potentially. Why don't we start with Trell here? What do you think?
Oh yeah, we're gonna see some runs tonight. Max Scherzer, he came back from his rehab assignment and just shoved the last game. They lost because the Mets offense can't hit water from a boat. But I think this Braves offense, if anyone can get to Max Scherzer, I think that the Braves offense can. Maybe he needs a little welcome back from his rehab starting from because last game he came back too hot. And I think the Braves win tonight. So with the Braves winning, I think they're going to have to put up some runs because with the Mets, their offense might not be that good, but you can see a 2-run homer fly out at any time with them. Like they have a lot of power in that offense. They just don't have a lot of good, solid contact hitters. So it's either home run or out sometimes for them. So I think there's going to be runs. I take the over 7.5. I think the number is going to. I think we're going to see a 7. Even that puts a value on the under for whoever likes it. But I think we're going to see a 7. I think I would take the over at 7.
All right, Smalls, what are you thinking on this one?
Yeah, I am with Trell here. It's just funny because I feel like usually we don't always agree on everything when it comes to baseball. But I'm with you on this one. I think that both of these teams have been top 5 this season across the league in team runs. And I am also on the Braves in this game. I think that the Mets, they've been one of the leaders in the top 3 here, but slowed down as of recently. I think that they're going to have to keep up. And I'm leaning the over here.
Let's go.
All right. So let's look at some money percentages here. In terms of the over-under, the line at some places is at 7. 25% of the bets, 49% of the money is on the over here. So, again, I think Trell may be onto something here with the wait till this thing comes down to 7 and then pounce on that over. I think that's a really good angle if you can find a 7 out there. Love the over in this position. In terms of the Braves, 62% of the bets, 63% of the money is coming in on their money line. However, the minus 1.5, which is plus 155 right now, 29% of the bets and 67% of the money is coming in on that. So believe that the sharp money is strongly on the Braves to cover and score some runs tonight. Therefore, I'll take the over 7.5 runs in this one, and I think it'll correlate to some of our next props coming up. New York Mets total runs 3.5. What are you thinking?
This offense is awful. It's not. I can't say it's awful talent wise, but it's been awful lately. They can't score. I don't know what it is, but they can't score. Give me the under 3.5 total runs. They may get 2 or 3. Who knows? Mets can even get shut out. Look, the Reds just swept them.
Smalls, what do you think?
Ugh. Okay. I was going to take the over, and I'm still going to take the over on both these teams, thinking that one of them will at least go over. I don't have much logic behind it, but if I want this game to go over, I'm just going to lean the over on both of these.
I'm gonna. Yeah, go for it, Trev.
It's the wrong game, but the Mets didn't even score against the Marlins yesterday. I get it. Sandy was on the mound, but when he got taken out, he still couldn't score. Not even extras. 0 runs.
I'm just being a brat with this one.
I'm going to do my classic where I'm just going to bet the over across the board on all 3 of these props, and probably, hopefully, 2 of the 3 of them will hit. 1 of them will lose. I think the most likely to lose is this one. Total runs 3.5 for the Mets. I generally would lean towards the under, but I'm going to play the over across the board, including, here we go, Atlanta Braves total runs 3.5. I assume that everyone's going to be over on this one, right?
I'm on the over big time. I'm on the Braves big time. Give me the over 3.5 runs. We can put this as my lock of the day. It's going to hit.
All right. So we're all on the over here. Smalls, you agree?
Yes, I agree.
All right. Cool. Let's get to the last 2 props of the day that doesn't. Remember, if you're 10 for 10 up at this point, all I got to do is get these last 2. Get that $1,200 in your pocket. We're giving it away. We're actively trying to give it away. Come play with us. Come take our money. All right. Let's get to Max Scherzer total strikeouts 7.5. I'm going to start with Smalls here. What do you think about Max Scherzer's potential tonight against the Braves offense?
The numbers want me to take the over here. I don't really love that. So I'm going to go against the numbers this time, and I am going to ride with the under, but not very confident about this one.
All right, Trell, what are you thinking on this one?
At the end of the day, It's Max Scherzer. He can go over this number and still give up 3 to 4 runs, and the Mets will be ecstatic. Give me the over 7.5. I can't take a strikeout prop under on him just because of how good his stuff is. Like, I can't do it. Give me the over 7.5 total strikeouts for him.
Well, Trell might not be able to, but I sure the hell am. I'm taking the under 7.5. Lock it in. Got to do it. Got to do it. I think that there's a chance that Scherzer. You're right. He came back against the Reds. He was absolutely awesome. They actually lost the game, but 11 strikeouts, only 2 hits, no earned runs. But this Braves offense is an entirely different beast. You're in it, Atlanta. I just don't know if his stuff is going to be super sharp. There's a big difference between facing that Reds offense and facing this Braves offense. So give me the under here. I don't think he's going to go very long. The total outs recorded, I'm guessing, is probably set at like 18.5. I would take the under on that also.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to last very long in this game.
I don't know. Like Max, he's probably gonna go 6. Like I said, you can get. He's probably gonna go 6. The 18.5 is gonna be your killer because he's gonna need 6.1 technically. I think he's gonna go 6. So if you get an 18.5 total outs, take the under.
All right, let's get to the last prop of the day. Max Fried, total outs recorded. Speaking of which, 18.5. Put it on the board. Fried has been absolutely awesome. We'll start with Smalls here. How long do you think that Fried could go tonight?
He's either going 6 or 7. It just depends on what side of this you want to be on. This is another one. These ones are tricky to me. I will let one of you give me the answer on this. My gut says under, though.
Trell, what do you think?
I can't really see over 18.5 strikeouts, especially against 18.5 recorded outs, especially against a team that, like I said, the Mets can make contact, but they don't. It's either home run or out. They're not hitting the ball into gaps, things like that. But here's the thing: if he gets a lot of strikeouts, this is going to go under because his pitch count is going to run up. And I don't know if the Braves is going to tax his arm to that extent. I think he's going to go 6. I think the hook is going to get you here. I think he's going to go 6, and the Braves are going to be like, all right, let's go.
But his most likely outcome, looking at his game logs for the entire season, is 6 on the dot. He's been pulled a ton after going 6. He's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times this season he's been pulled out at exactly 6 innings. So I do think that 6 innings is probably the most likely outcome here. There's value on the under at this 18.5. And screw it. I'm going the over. I don't care. I think he's going to go 7 strong tonight. I think he's going to have a fabulous performance. New all-star. I got to go with Max Fried over total recorded 18.5. I gave you guys the right answer. I gave you the right answer, which is the under. And I'm fully fading myself, and I'm taking the over here.
Okay, Jason.
That's hilarious.
That is what I do best. Actually, that's a small move. It's just fading the crap out of myself.
Fade the fade. Fading yourself. Yeah.
Fade the fade. All right. So you have until 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern to lock in these picks. We will be back tomorrow with another Daily Dozen slate. These $12 contests, every single day, you have a chance to win $1,200. So make sure to jump on the Champions Round app and go play today. It only takes 30 seconds to make your picks. We just gave you all the right answers. Go make your free money, people. Enjoy. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck with all of your bets today. See you later.
See ya.
See ya.